In the previous podcast, we introduced the general principles of pruning and the importance of making proper cuts. Today, we're going to focus on one of the most important applications of pruning in arboriculture: structural pruning of young trees. If there is one place where arborists can have the greatest long-term impact, it is during the early years of a tree's life, because problems that develop in young trees often become failures in mature trees. Structural pruning is about guiding the tree's architecture while it is still developing. The goal is to create a strong, stable structure that can support the tree as it grows larger. Let's start with one of the most important concepts: the central leader. Many tree species naturally develop a dominant central stem. This central leader provides vertical structure and stability. However, in urban environments, trees often develop competing leaders. These are multiple stems of similar size growing upward from the same point. Competing leaders can create weak attachment points. Over time, these attachments may fail, especially during storms. Structural pruning focuses on selecting a single dominant leader. Competing stems are reduced or removed to encourage one main trunk. This creates a stronger and more stable tree structure. Next, let's talk about branch spacing. Branches should be distributed along the trunk in a balanced and well-spaced pattern. If branches are too close together, they can compete for space and create weak attachments. If branches are too large relative to the trunk, they can become structurally dominant. A general guideline is to maintain a good ratio between branch size and trunk size. Branches that are too large compared to the trunk may need to be reduced. Another important concept is branch angle. Branches that attach at narrow angles are more likely to develop included bark. Included bark occurs when bark becomes trapped between two stems. This weakens the attachment and increases the likelihood of failure. Structural pruning encourages wider branch angles. This creates stronger attachments and reduces the risk of breakage. Now let's talk about temporary branches. Temporary branches are small branches that are intentionally left on the lower trunk of a young tree. These branches help the tree develop taper and protect the trunk from sun scald. Over time, these branches are gradually removed as the tree matures. This gradual removal helps maintain tree health while guiding structure. Another key principle is gradual pruning. Structural pruning is not a one-time event. It is a process that takes place over several years. Each pruning cycle makes small adjustments to guide the tree's development. Removing too much at once can stress the tree and reduce growth. Instead, arborists make incremental changes over time. This approach supports both structure and health. It's also important to recognize that not all defects can be fully corrected. In some cases, pruning can only reduce the likelihood of failure rather than eliminate it. This is why early intervention is so important. The earlier structural issues are addressed, the easier they are to manage. Now let's connect this to long-term urban forest management. Trees in cities often grow in challenging conditions. They are exposed to wind, restricted space, and human activity. If a tree develops poor structure early in life, it may become a liability later. This can lead to increased maintenance costs, higher risk, and premature removal. Structural pruning helps prevent these problems. It is an investment in the future of the urban forest. A well-structured tree is more likely to survive storms, require less maintenance, and provide long-term benefits. For the ISA Urban Forest Professional Exam, understand the key goals of structural pruning. You should be able to identify the importance of a dominant central leader, the risks of competing leaders, the role of branch spacing and size, the impact of branch angle and included bark, and the concept of gradual pruning over time. Questions may focus on recognizing structural defects and selecting appropriate pruning strategies. Structural pruning is about thinking ahead. It's about shaping the tree not just for today, but for decades into the future. The decisions made during the early years of a tree's life will determine its strength, stability, and longevity. In the next podcast, we'll shift from young trees to mature trees and explore how pruning is used to manage risk, maintain structure, and extend the life of established trees. You've been listening to the Arborist-podcast. Our goal is to grow our collective knowledge, one domain at a time. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like, share, and subscribe to help us keep this momentum. Until next time, let's keep growing this community together.